Hi everyone, I'm Jessica. I ask you some things. When a woman is deeply aroused, her body might remain composed, her face calm, her voice steady, but her energy tells a different story. There's a vibration, an unspoken rhythm that fills the space between you and her. It's something you don't see with your eyes, but feel with your intuition. You see, when a woman's energy becomes magnetic, it's not just about lust or fleeting attraction. It's about the subtle merging of emotional safety and desire. It's her body's way of saying, I trust this moment enough to let my guard down. Men often make the mistake of thinking attraction is purely physical. They look for obvious signs. The smile, the touch, the outfit. But what truly reveals a woman's interest runs far deeper than that. When a woman is drawn to you, she doesn't always speak it out loud. She communicates through her energy, in the softness of her tone, the way her laughter lingers after your joke, the way her pupils dilate when she locks eyes with you. She might mirror your movements without realizing it. If you lean forward, she does the same. If you touch your face, moments later, her hand follows that motion too. That's not coincidence. That's connection manifesting in real time. Women are emotional empaths by nature. Their arousal is rarely just physical. It's spiritual. It's the intertwining of trust, chemistry, and emotional resonance. When her energy becomes magnetic, it's because she feels seen, not just looked at, heard, not just listened to, safe, not just desired. This is what most men miss. They chase the visual and ignore the invisible, the energy that truly draws her closer. When a woman is attracted to you, her presence shifts. She becomes more the psychology behind feminine attraction, intentional about being around you. Not because she's trying to impress, but because something in her is responding to your calm confidence. She might not say it, but her energy keeps calling you back. The truth is, feminine energy amplifies around masculine stability. The quieter your presence, the louder her desire becomes. The more grounded your energy, the more she feels safe enough to be expressive. And that's the paradox. Women don't open up because of what you say. They open up because of what you embody. You can't fake this energy. You can't pretend to be confident. You either are or you're not. And when you are, she feels it in her nervous system. Her body relaxes. Her voice softens. Her gaze lingers. Her walls begin to fall. Not because you asked her to lower them, but because your presence made it unnecessary to keep them up. True attraction isn't about seduction. It's about synchronization. It's when two energies meet in alignment. You see, in every woman lies an instinctual radar. She senses authenticity instantly. She can feel when a man's energy is desperate or when it's detached. But when it's centered, when your energy says, I am whole, and I don't need you to complete me, that's when her desire begins to bloom. The magnetic pull between a man and a woman is never random. It's a reflection of emotional polarity. Masculine energy holds space. Feminine energy flows within that space. The more stable your presence, the more vividly her energy expresses itself. That's why some men sign I one scene. Her eyes tell you everything, leave a lasting impression, not because of looks or status, but because they make her feel. They awaken a part of her that's often guarded from the rest of the world. This is why energy awareness is everything. When you start to pay attention to her tone, her body language, her micro-expressions, you begin to understand the silent world of communication that exists beyond words. You begin to see that attraction is not something you chase. It's something you invite by how you show up. Every woman's energy tells a story. The question is, are you calm enough to listen? The man who can attune to her energy without judgment, without rushing, without ego, he becomes unforgettable because he's not just connecting with her body, he's connecting with her essence. So the next time you sense that magnetic pull, don't overthink it. Don't try to control it. Just be present. Because presence is the loudest form of confidence there is. And that's what truly attracts a woman. Not the performance, not the pretense, but the piece of a man who knows who he is. When a woman's energy shifts toward you, it's not by accident, it's alignment. And when you can meet that energy with calm strength and emotional awareness, you don't just attract her, you awaken her. The deepest form of attraction is never physical, it's energetic. It's the space where her trust meets your stillness. So learn to feel more than you speak. Because when you master the art of sensing her energy, you don't chase connection, you create it. When a woman begins to express attraction, one of the most revealing things she does is break her own rules. Not the big ones, but the small, subtle ones she once held firm. Maybe she said she doesn't text first, yet you find her initiating the conversation. Maybe she claimed she doesn't like physical touch early on, but now she finds reasons to graze your arm or fix something on your shirt. These aren't just casual gestures. They're micro-expressions of emotional surrender. A woman's desire often shows itself not through grand declarations, but through quiet inconsistencies, the kind that say, "You make me feel something I didn't say to a," the shift in her body language planned for. And this is where most men miss the depth of female attraction. When a woman starts breaking her own boundaries, it's not because she's weak, it's because she feels safe. Safety for a woman is the gateway to desire. It's not about dominance or control. It's about trust. She'll only bend her rules when she senses that your energy is stable enough to hold her emotions. A man who can create that emotional grounding doesn't have to ask for her attention. She gives it freely. Think about it. Attraction isn't a performance. It's a response. It's how her body and spirit respond to your presence. When your energy carries consistency, when you show up the same way, whether she's distant or affectionate, she feels something rare. In a world where most men are reactive, the one who remains composed becomes magnetic. The stillness of his presence pulls her in, not because he's trying to, but because she can finally rest in his energy. You see, a woman's attraction grows in emotional safety the same way a flower blooms in sunlight. It doesn't rush, it unfolds. And the reason most men never witness that full unfolding is because they're too busy trying to earn what should only be invited. A woman doesn't need you to prove yourself. She needs to feel your authenticity. If your actions align with your words, her trust deepens. And once her trust deepens, her desire begins to flow effortlessly. Sometimes her attraction won't look like flirtation. It'll look like curiosity. Her asking about your dreams, your purpose, your past. When a woman starts showing genuine interest in how your mind works, she's telling you something profound. She's not just drawn to your body, she's drawn to your essence. She's testing the emotional waters, wanting to know if your world is safe enough for her to swim in. And if you respond with emotional maturity instead of ego, she sinks deeper. There's also a psychological truth here. Feminine Sen A3, how her voice and tone change energy is naturally receptive, but it opens only to energy that feels intentional. When you are grounded in your masculine presence, not arrogant, not performative, but quietly secure, she senses it on a subconscious level. Her nervous system relaxes around you. She laughs more. Her shoulders drop. Her eyes linger. These are not just signs of attraction. They're signs of emotional alignment. And remember, attraction isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. The most unforgettable men aren't the ones who say the right words. They're the ones who can sit in silence and still make her feel something. When you carry yourself with emotional steadiness, your presence becomes her comfort zone. She doesn't crave attention anymore. She craves connection. That's the turning point most men never reach because they're too busy chasing validation instead of embodying value. Now, when a woman starts breaking her own boundaries for you, honor it. Don't exploit it. Don't take it as permission to push further. Take it as proof that she's giving you access to a part of her that not everyone gets to see. And that's sacred, because once she opens that emotional door, she's not just letting you into her space, she's letting you into her vulnerability. That's a gift, not a conquest. The most powerful thing you can do at that moment is meet her softness with integrity. Hold her energy. Don't manipulate it. Respect the trust she's showing you, and she'll associate you with safety. And safety in the female heart is the foundation of lasting desire. When she feels that you're a man who's sign when for a, the playful touch and closeness won't misuse her openness. She'll naturally begin to give more emotionally, mentally, and yes, even physically. When you understand this dynamic, you stop chasing women and start attracting them. You realize that real intimacy isn't about technique. It's about presence. It's about creating an emotional space where her guard melts away on its own. That's when she starts revealing her truest self. Not because she's trying to please you, but because she feels seen. When a woman breaks her own boundaries for you, it's not weakness. It's surrender, Not submission, but trust. And when you can meet that surrender with maturity and calm strength, you become unforgettable. Because in that moment, you're not just the man she desires. You're the man she feels safe desiring. When a woman is truly drawn to a man, one of the most powerful signs is how her energy shifts around him. It's not always in what she says. Often it's in what she doesn't say. Her tone softens. Her eyes linger longer than they should. Her laughter becomes more genuine, and her presence feels warmer. These are not coincidences. They're expressions of something deeper. The body's way of communicating what the heart has not yet admitted. You see, attraction is not logical. It's emotional. It's spiritual. And when her energy begins to align with yours, she's not just intrigued. She's emotionally invested. Now, what most men fail to recognize is that this shift isn't about how good they look or how charming they are. It's about how they make her feel. A woman's desire is rooted in emotion, not performance. When a man embodies emotional balance, she senses it instantly. His calm becomes her calm. His presence gives her permission to drop her guard. And in that space of safety, her desire starts to reveal itself naturally. She doesn't have to force it. She doesn't have to plan it. Her energy does the speaking for her. A woman becomes magnetically drawn to the man's sign wine vive. When she mirrors your movements, who doesn't need to prove himself. The one who can sit in silence and still make her feel understood. The one who listens not to reply, but to connect. Because every woman deep down is searching for something beyond physical attraction. She's searching for emotional recognition. She wants to feel that you see her, not just her body, but her essence. And when you do, it changes everything. Her nervous system relaxes. Her laughter flows more freely, and she finds herself opening up in ways she never intended to. It's fascinating how human connection works. The more a woman feels emotionally understood, the more her physical desire awakens. This isn't manipulation. It's biology. Her brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, when she feels safe and emotionally stimulated. That's why some men can attract women effortlessly without saying much. Their energy speaks to her subconscious. It tells her, you're safe here. You can be yourself. And once she feels that, she begins to crave that connection again and again. But here's where many men lose the essence of masculine power. They chase. They pressure. They try to convince a woman to like them. What they don't realize is that persuasion kills attraction. The more you chase her energy, the more it runs from you. Feminine desire thrives in mystery. She wants to discover you, not be overwhelmed by you. When you remain grounded and emotionally self-contained, you become that mystery, not because you're playing games, but because you're comfortable in your own silence. There's an undeniable beauty in restraint. A man who knows his worth, emotional connection vs. physical desire, doesn't rush validation. He doesn't need to prove his value through attention or approval. He understands that his energy is valuable and not everyone gets access to it. And when a woman senses that, it fascinates her. She feels drawn in, not because he's distant, but because he's selective. That selectiveness communicates confidence on a primal level. It tells her, I choose you, but I don't need you. That balance between interest and independence is what keeps her endlessly intrigued. You see, desire is not about possession. It's about polarity. It's about two people standing in their power, drawn toward each other's energy, but not trying to consume it. When you master your presence, you stop becoming the pursuer and start becoming the prize. Your stillness becomes the magnet. Your self-control becomes your attraction. Because real masculine power doesn't chase, it attracts. It doesn't beg, it invites. And when you understand that, everything changes. You stop overanalyzing her every move. You stop seeking signs of approval. Instead, you focus on being the kind of man who naturally inspires desire. Not through tricks or tactics, but through authenticity and emotional maturity. Because when you are rooted in who you closing thoughts, awareness and respect are, her attraction becomes effortless. She begins to mirror your energy. She leans closer. She touches you more often. She wants to be near you, not because of what you do, but because of how you make her feel. At the end of the day, attraction isn't about control. It's about alignment. It's about understanding that the more at peace you are with yourself, the more magnetic your energy becomes. When you stop performing and start being, you stop chasing women and start drawing them in naturally. You become the calm in their storm, the anchor in their chaos. And that's something no amount of charm or money can replicate. When a woman's energy begins to shift toward you, it's not by accident. It's a response to the peace and presence you radiate. So instead of trying to impress her, focus on embodying the kind of energy that makes her feel safe, seen, and understood. Because once you do that, she won't just desire you, she'll remember you.